Tonight on Beyond the District, we see how one lucky man became part of a Major League Baseball game and one woman is taking climbing to new heights.
Beyond the District will return in 2 minutes.
Just a feeling that I have, yeah.
How far would you go to help someone? Would you go to the end of your driveway? Would you cross a street? Would you cross an ocean? Would you go if you could use your knowledge to teach someone? And in the process, maybe learn something yourself. Life is calling. How far will you go? Peace Corps.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Hello, I'm Edward Wolf and welcome to TB21's Beyond the District.
And I'm Ben Cagno. Later on tonight, we will take a look at how a woman reunited with a long-lost item.
But up first tonight, we take a look at how a bass, drums, and vibraphone. This is a music box. What?
My name is Martin Molin. I make music and I make machines that also make music. The machine is called Vintergatan Marble Machine. Vintergatan is my band and the Marble Machine is my machine. Often the basic concept of a marble machine is that you lift marbles up and then you let them fall down in different nice ways. And then you lift them up again like a play with physics, I guess. There's 2,000 marbles in the machine and they make sound by falling on top of music instruments. And what I did with my marble machine is that I made it programmable so that I can control where and when a marble falls. You have a kick drum, a snare drum, a hi-hat, and a sizzle cymbal, an electric bass, and also a vibraphone. And my favorite of these instruments is the vibraphone. When I was constructing this machine, I wanted it to sound like pounding and like hard and be able to like play loud and sound nice. That was part of the project. Actually, I wrote the song only for the machine first. You know, it was only for the video. But I am putting it out now as a normal song, and I'm not sure if the radio stations will pick up on it at all. That remains to be seen, I think.
Up next, a terrifying moment captured on live TV. A local news reporter in California was almost run over while doing a live report. He is okay, but still shaken by what happened. Jenny Moose, who is crediting with saving his life.
Reporting can present dangers, whether from a tear gas canister or flying debris.
Get back! This is all coming apart!
But what could happen in the parking lot of a Fremont, California 7-Eleven while reporting on a train derailment?
And obviously it was a chaotic and confusing situation for...
No one was hurt, but you can't blame KTVU's Alex Savage for his reaction.
My heart hasn't stopped racing.
Since his back was to the traffic, Alex credits his cameraman for yelling, "Get out of the way!" before diving to safety.
This is the man. That's Chip Vaughn. Always has my back.
Turns out the elderly woman driving the white car turned right on red into the path of another car, got hit, then police say stepped on the gas instead of the brake.
She missed me by about this much.
Police took her license.
Every time I see that video, it freaks me out.
This is the kind of thing that usually happens to police, not reporters, when officers are stopped on the side of the road. Everyone reacts differently to a close call. For instance, the cameraman's wife.
She said, "Good, you'll be able to walk the dog when you get home."
In the business, this is known as a live hit, but Alex could have ended up dead from this hit.
I just would like to thank Chip for... Thanks, buddy.
No.
You're all right.
Yeah.
You're all right.
Thanks.
No,
It's scary.
Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
Thankful to see you and Chip.
Now a Navy reservist deployed for the past 10 months surprised his 2 young children in Baltimore County, Maryland, Monday. Deborah Weiner was there for the big reveal.
Sandy Plains Elementary School in Dundalk just may never be the same, thanks to Sean and Tanya Abshire.
I encouraged Sean that we should do it because he's gone several times, but this was the first deployment where he was gone for 10 months, and we had both kids in school now, so why not?
Sean is a naval reservist who has returned home from a humanitarian mission in South Africa. His kids have been living in these special dog tags, trying to keep Dad close to their hearts.
They don't know I'm coming home. They're waiting. They're doing countdown days. But I think that we set it far enough that they have no clue that today will be the day.
The Abshires, along with the principal, hatched a plan to turn the Monday afternoon assembly into the ultimate surprise party. The only concern, son Nathan, who is 7, doesn't always love a surprise.
I'm hoping that he's open to it, and I'm hoping that that he likes it. You know, I'm hoping he's glad that his dad's home. You know.
As time draws near, the principal escorts the Abshires backstage, and the kids file in for what they are told will be a special presentation.
Both Nathan and Haley haven't seen their dad for close to a year, and they come up and they talk about him all the time. So to be a part of that, it was, easy, yes.
The principal chooses 2 volunteers. Yup, Nathan and his 4-year-old sister Haley. And then it's game time.
Turn this way.
Next, staff at a zoo in North Dakota are going leaps and bounds beyond their normal duties. One keeper is stepping in as an around-the-clock mother to an orphan kangaroo. Catherine Ross reports.
Hi, ladies. When zookeeper Amanda Ducard visits the kangaroo enclosure,
Boy, look at you.
the roos expect a special treat. Now Ducard is hopping into a different role with the Aussie Bunch's newest addition.
It's not the norm, probably.
Meet Barkley. The Joey's mother died unexpectedly several weeks ago. Now Ducard is taking the orphan into her own pouch.
And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I got a call saying to come down and grab your baby. So That's when I became a mom.
The new mom wears a handmade flannel pouch and sling, custom fitted by another staffer.
Most of the development actually happens in the pouch, whereas a lot of our development happens inside the womb.
For the next 6 months, the developing Joey will essentially be attached to the hip to Dukart, swaddled closely during daily duties.
I'm working all the time, but I still have a baby to take care of, and I can sympathize with working moms now.
And the first-timer is bonding with her adoptive baby like a real mother too.
Every day something's different, and she's getting personality. It's just really fun. It's a really cool experience.
It's a critical time for the Joey. At this stage, she has just a 1 in 4 shot at survival, and staff are hoping for a happy ending.
We're really hoping that she survives, so we're just trying our best.
Now we are going to take a short break, but coming up, we take out a woman who is taking climbs to new heights.
And we also take a look at one family who is taking on the homeless problem all by themselves.
Hi, do you have ID? Yeah. Oh, okay, thanks. Hi, do you have ID?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, you can't be in the building without ID. I need to...
It's okay.
Excuse me. Yes, security, please. There's a young man in the building without ID, and he's running away from my post here at call duty.
Welcome back. Imagine a world where women climb to ever new heights. At 14-year-old Ashima Surashi, whose parents came to the U.S. as immigrants from Japan, has pushed the world of rock climbing to its vertical limit. With her strength in body and mind, she has surpassed many professional adult climbers, women and men. CNN dropped in on a training session in Queens, New York.
Climbing is definitely almost like a puzzle because you have to think about which holds you're going to use and how you're going to get to them. You definitely have to be smart and have a high climbing IQ. I am Ashima Shureishi and I'm 14 years old. Well, when I'm climbing, I try not to think too much or else I'm going to fall. Climbing has taught me to just keep on fighting and not give up.
She goes through pain and frustration, but she endures the pain and frustrations because she knows the joy of accomplishment.
For a rock climber, getting to the top of a climb is your ultimate goal. So when you actually achieve that, it's the happiest feeling that I ever feel, and that's why I climb.
Ashima is a very good rock climber. She's outperforming most adults and she's still a child. It's pretty crazy.
I definitely been doubted because of my gender and because of my age. I mean, I'm only 14. It motivates me to keep on doing what I'm doing and to, make them realize that it's not a fluke.
She's probably the best female climber in the country.
Girls in climbing have been pushing the sport for so long, and I feel like eventually the girls will become maybe as good as the guys or even better. So I think my dream is to keep on pushing that.
Now a story about honesty and hard work that helped reunite an Iowa woman with a ring. It took a detective's tenacity to make the reunion come true. Eric Hansen reports.
Most folks stop at Casey's for gas or a pizza.
It was just right there.
Super Bowl Sunday, Angela Allen was shocked to find a couple carrots.
And so when I got out of my car, I looked down and it happened to be by my feet.
A diamond ring right there in Slater's February snow.
It wasn't just a ring you'd go buy, in the store. I think, you could tell it was unique and it was created for somebody.
The row of small diamonds and the big one on top made it too valuable to just leave with a clerk. So she called Story County Sheriff.
There were no maker marks inside, so there really wasn't much to go on.
But Detective Kester knew somewhere a wife was freaking out.
And at first I didn't want to tell my husband.
He was right. Sharon Soder had already torn apart her home.
So we went through the laundry, went through under the beds everywhere.
But while she was calling pawn shops and her insurance agent,
so I thought, oh gosh, it's probably in a snow pile someplace on the side of a parking lot.
The detective was personally visiting every jeweler in the county.
Whoever made it would easily recognize it and have a story to go with it.
Because this was no off-the-shelf ring. Nothing. But instead of dropping the evidence bag on a shelf to collect dust, he actually widened his search, calling every jeweler in Des Moines, too.
Everyone I talked to, it's like, not ours.
Until he texted a picture to a custom guy.
He said, yeah, I remember making it. We have documentation as far as when we made it with her name on it.
3 weeks after Sharon dropped her ring,
I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like a miracle.
She got a call from the detective, who had guessed right.
This stone right here is from my mother's wedding ring.
Every stone was personal.
There's no other ring like it.
Plenty of other places, the rule on the street is finders keepers.
That's why I live in Iowa.
And detectives are just too busy to care.
It's just kind of the Iowa values, I guess.
Here, Sharon's ring made it back to her finger.
It was a miracle. I couldn't believe it.
And the detective got a thanks that still makes him blush.
Yeah, I bent our policies and allowed her to give me a hug.
Now the Seattle area is dealing with a homeless problem, and one area couple is trying to help. But by welcoming homeless people into their backyard, officials say they're breaking zoning laws. Andrew Padula reports.
That has power.
Tent after tent fill the Lancasters' backyard in Shoreline. Dubbed Camp United We Stand, this is where more than a dozen homeless people, including Aaron Irvin, have been living since November.
Every morning, I have my music I listen to. I have awesome people around me, and that's my motivation.
Kim and Brad Lancaster opened up their backyard and their home. Right now, 9 people are living in the backyard, but it can hold up to 16 people who share one bathroom and kitchen in the couple's 770 square foot home.
We've been interested in helping the homeless for a while, since things have gotten so bad with the economy.
The Lancasters set up this tent city after the church hosting the camp had been sold, forcing everyone to move.
Well, we'd gotten to know these people over time. They were at that church right across from my office.
Brad is a lawyer and knows the law. He says the city's zoning codes are being used to punish the homeless. Brad negotiated with the city to allow the camp to stay until spring.
People have been coming and going, and it's been a good thing.
The group has about a month left before the camp will move to a new location. Aaron says he's working on getting his own housing by then.
This is a beginning, you know. They say some people have to hit a rock bottom. Well, this is the bottom right here. And there's nothing but up.
Keene County Executive Dow Constantine has announced new initiatives to address the homeless problem, including funding for affordable housing and emergency shelter.
It is now time for another break. Coming up later in the show, we will take a look at a 2-year-old who called the wrong number for fashion advice.
Beyond the District will be right back.
I know.
For outcasts and rebels, or anyone who just dares to be different. And you've been trying for so long to find out where your place is, but in their narrow minds there's no room for anyone who dares to do something different. Oh, but listen for a minute. Trust the one who's been where you are, wishing all it was sticks and stones. Those words cut deep, but they don't mean you're all alone, and you're not invisible. Hear me out. There's so much more to life than what you're feeling.
Welcome back to Beyond the District. I'm Edward Wolf. A 2-year-old girl in South Carolina needed some help getting dressed for the day, so she dialed 911 to ask for the dispatchers how to put her clothes on. As Dal Kelsey explains, deputies who responded to the call didn't mind the extra work.
You're a deputy sheriff 2 times.
His 2-year-old little girl named Aaliyah was very happy to see Greenville County Deputy Martha Lonis. They sang and laughed together in Aaliyah's home on El Dorado Drive, where Deputy Lonis was yesterday responding to a call.
Her grandfather answers the door, and she just comes running up to the front with half a pant leg on, and the other one is like falling off.
Martha Lonis and her partner showed up at Aaliyah's front door because she called 911.
Greenville County 911. Hello, Greenville County 911.
She wanted me to help do her shoes, and then she wanted me to hug her and hold her, and I just kept saying it made my day. It was just the highlight of my day because she was so sweet and so outgoing.
Aaliyah's mom says her father sent her a message about what happened.
He said, I answered the door and Aaliyah comes running up and the cops help her put her pants on. So I started laughing.
Aaliyah's grandfather was watching her at the time and had no idea she had called anyone, let alone 911.
She brought the phone to me and I thought somebody had called. So when I answered it, nobody was there. And when I hung up, 911 called me back.
He said she was watching cartoons. Her mom says the fact that Aaliyah dialed 911 was a surprise.
I showed it to her, but I didn't know that she really knew what she was doing.
And although Aaliyah made a call for help for a non-emergency, the responding officer was thankful she made a new friend out of the accident.
We have such hard, intense things that we have to deal with all day long. To have a little girl running up to the front door asking me to help her put on her pants, it was a highlight of my day, and I loved it.
Next, the odds of having a baby born on February 29th, which only occurs every 4 years, are pretty low. So imagine one North Dakota's family surprised when they welcomed their second baby on the same exact day. Anthony Hooms has more on the story.
This is Brandy and Christopher Ellison's second child, Abigail.
Delivered by 1:47. She was born yesterday on the 29th. Everything went really great, really fast.
What makes this birth different to many others is this is Brandy's second child, born on a leap day.
I think we should play the lottery. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We had no idea. When we first found out we were expecting with Abigail, it was started figuring dates and everything, and I was like, no way, there's no way it'll happen, and here we are.
Their other daughter, Annabelle, was also born on February 29th, 4 years ago.
It doesn't seem realistic, but no, it's just really special. Just be able to, they have not only share the same birthday, but to be exactly on the leap year, 4 years apart.
The Ellisons say that they plan to celebrate both of their daughters' birthdays on the same day, but in the future, that might change.
Now we check out how a 6-foot python in Australia let its appetite get the better of it. The snake scarfed down someone's toy teddy bear. Josh Adsit reports.
It was the teddy bear's picnic, where the teddy was the picnic.
Teddy was once a loved
Love toy.
Yesterday, the little purple bear was swallowed by this carpet python at Helensvale. Winter is coming. Snakes are feasting.
Right now they're really obsessively hunting for food, and if the dog had been playing with this and it smelt right, it'll do.
Snake catcher Tony Harrison noticed the unusual bulge. An X-ray confirmed the little bear was in there, so the 2-metre snake went under the knife.
You even see them eat tea towels or plastic bags. If it smells right, they'll eat it.
But while snakes may snack on unusual items, they rarely get medical attention. Most die. The retrieval of Teddy is the first time the vet here has operated on a snake in a career of 16 years. Since the operation, Teddy has been through the wash several times and is on the way back home to his owner. The snake, now sporting 15 stitches, will be on antibiotics for 2 weeks before being released.
We try and go in there and make as little damage as possible, basically, so she's basically a normal snake again now.
Hopefully, her next meal will be something a little more digestible. On the Gold Coast, Josh Adsett, 7 News.
Wrapping up tonight's show, let's travel to sunny Florida. It's spring training and many baseball teams are in full swing. For one unlucky usher, he got a little too close to the action.
You just got to pay attention.
Buzz Dunham has been a Boston baseball fan ever since the socks on this banner were red.
Oh, God, ever since I was a kid, you know.
His love of the game surrounds him inside his North Fort Myers home. Team photos on the wall and action shots of him still playing today at 80 years young.
Well, if I had played my cards right, I would have tried to get onto the Red Sox.
A bat and gloves sit on his coffee table this morning because of an unlucky line drive during practice yesterday. The ball flew into the stands where Buzz was bent down cleaning.
I had one more step to go. Someone hollers, "Watch out," and down I went.
The batter, Hanley Ramirez, signed a pair of gloves for the Massachusetts native.
It was a shock, you know, so it was great.
David Ortiz handing Buzz his bat. All before the Red Sox usher of 11 years got on a stretcher.
And just laid there, I guess it was out for 5 minutes. So, and they checked me, the blood was coming, but it was from the hit and then the elbow hit the concrete.
His injury now all over the internet.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to say. You know?
It's a surprise, right?
Yeah, a surprise, yeah. I'm surprised the people that called. I mean, it's just all my ball players that I play softball with.
It's orange juice and rest for Buzz today, but he'll be back on the job on Friday and is hoping for one more apology from one of his favorite players.
You know, David Ortiz gave it to me, so if I can get him to sign it, I'll be happy.
Michelle Kingston, Wink News, now.
Remember, if you have a story you would like us to cover,
or if you have an announcement about an upcoming event, please send it to the Interschool mail to the Toms River Studio at High School East, or you can email it to us at tv21@tomsriverschools.com. Also, be sure to tune in to TV21 throughout the day to catch this show and Toms River Schools Today, as we bring you stories from around the district. Also, please take a look at our website, www.tomsriverschools.com.
Well, that wraps up tonight's show. From Beyond the District, I'm Edward Wolf.
And I'm Ben Cagno. Have a great night.